Blue 42! Blue 42! Hut! Hut! Hike!
This is The Game Managers on WJLX 101.5, America's one and only sports talk show. Breaking down college football's biggest games, latest news, and greatest moments. Are you ready? Because it starts right now.
Welcome back to another episode of The Game Managers. I am Nick Norris, and with me as always, my great friend, Patrick Hanna, with a freshly shaven face.
Yes, my back to school look.
Looking good. How's it going, man?
Man, it's going. It's been wide open this week, getting everything ready back and things going on at church with the new church year. So we're rocking and rolling, man.
I hear you. I know it's a busy time of year for us. We're getting ready for the school year. Then you've got a million other things that you have going on, like you said, Israel Baptist Church and everything else. So we're going to record this one a little early to get ahead of everything. We're recording this on Wednesday morning. Now, last week we recorded a little early, and like an hour before the episode aired, our episode became obsolete because we had talked about the leaks that LeBron and Miami were going to have a reunion, and then an hour before it aired, we find out that
surprise.
So LeBron James to Philadelphia. If you're a Philadelphia fan, that's great news for you. That team just got even better. So $8 million across 2 years. What I understand is the deal.
Which that part really surprised me.
Yeah, me too. So excited to see what he's able to do there. I mean, obviously, he's ring chasing. He wanted to join a team where he could immediately compete. I think if he was going to keep doing it, why wouldn't you? You know.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, that's all that he's looking to do. I mean, he's accomplished everything else, and it's just a unique group that's around him. That you look at the personalities, you look at the playing styles. They're going to be playing more of a small man because with how the lineup looks, I see him playing the 4.
Yeah.
And then you got Joel at the 5. And I think if I read something correctly, Jahani Broome that played at Auburn was traded to L.A. to kind of be able to get more of the cap space because I think that they were looking to get some bench and reserve people in place to be able to kind of take some of the minutes off of everybody. And so that it's going to be interesting, but Nick Nurse is a very good coach. He proved that in winning it all in Toronto around Kawhi Leonard. And so this right here, he's just got to be foaming at the mouth saying, look, I've got at least 2 years. And I think he's got a player option for a third.
Oh, okay.
I think, if I read it correctly.
Well, all right. Well, I think if he wins it all this year, if that was to happen, I think he's done.
I think so, too.
And I think if they don't, he comes back.
Yeah.
Barring any sort of injury.
Unless he's feeling great and he knows that everybody's going to be in place for that second year, it would be the only way I see if he wins it to try to come back again.
If, let's say he wins the first year, that second year that'd be 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can't leave that on the table.
Yeah, you can't leave it on the table because if you're still in the middle of all this MJ discussion, so you can't leave it there.
Yeah, you tie that up, and that shuts down a lot of. I mean, that's a big talking point. Is the ring, so
and doing it at his age.
Yeah,
that's another.
Well, there you go. So we'll keep updates on that, of course, and as that continues on. Let's quickly cover something this week that was really unfortunate and saddening, but luckily had a somewhat of a silver lining because she's recovering and seems like she's going to be okay. But the wife of Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy, I'll never say his name when I'm reading it. Eric Bieniemy, can't say it then either. Was allegedly shot by the couple's son Sunday night at their family home in Virginia. Did you see this?
Yeah, I was reading that yesterday, and I was visiting a church member in the hospital, and that's terrible.
I mean, awful. Luckily, Mia is her name. She's 57 years old. She was hospitalized and is in stable condition as of Monday. So, assuming nothing has changed since then, like I said, recording this Wednesday morning, she seems to be doing better. Police in Virginia confirmed that a woman was being treated for serious injuries from multiple gunshot wounds, but did not disclose her identity. Their son, 27-year-old Elijah Zion, was arrested and charged with malicious wounding, use of a firearm in commission of a felony, and discharge of a firearm inside of a dwelling. So that's interesting because it doesn't say.
Why?
Well, it also doesn't. It doesn't say that it's attempted murder, which they can add that charge.
Yeah, they can add it.
But malicious wounding. I mean, I guess he was at least pointing it at her intentionally. So it seems like this was intentional. Also, he is being held, and they're not paying his bond. Well, of course not.
Oh, yeah.
But so there's. It seems like this was purposeful from the information we have so far. I can't imagine. I mean, oh my gosh, what a tragic.
Yeah, I mean,
event.
there's so many questions that you want to kind of ask, and it's just you just can't really wrap your head around. I just could not fathom being a parent myself, having one of my kids come in and doing that.
Yeah, at 27. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, horrible. Obviously, we don't know their relationship. Not that there's any excuse for that. That's
Right.
insane.
Yeah.
But I mean, man, seems like probably someone who's very dealing with a lot of mental things going on. Very probably unstable. I don't know, but I'm sure we're gonna get a lot more information on this, but probably not a lot more until she is fully recovered.
Yeah.
Which the last thing they need or people asking questions right now. So, but horrible news, and definitely praying for her, praying for that family, and hoping that she's able to bounce back and get out of there. Multiple gunshot wounds and to be in stable condition. That's good news because typically you don't get put in stable condition that soon after that many gunshot wounds, however many it was, multiple. So we'll keep an update on that as well. Switching back into some less dark news here. The Braves, they're going to be back at home this week. They're hosting the Nationals. So if you want to support Atlanta and get out and check them out, they'll be playing tonight if you're listening to this on Friday and Saturday. And then speaking of baseball, Patrick, your Cubs beat my Pirates this past week.
Took 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And the last one y'all took, but yesterday the Pirates got a win and the Cubs got a win against the Cardinals. So
yeah.
We're moving on up. Right now Cubs have got a lock in on a wild card spot, but the Pirates are not that far back.
Yeah, but I'm not counting on it. Where are we at right now?
We're close to the trade deadline.
Yes.
Right now, and so I know the Cubs are looking to try to add some arms because that's what's kind of killing them.
It looks like we have moved up to that 3rd place as of right now, which is.
Oh, you're welcome because we took care of the Cardinals for you for that.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it's close. Yeah, can easily change back. We are slowly moving up. I'm trying to plan a trip to Pittsburgh right now. I was hoping, which it's not going to happen. I was hoping the Pirates would make the playoffs so I could. There's 1 week, like if they make the playoffs every year, that you can see all 3: the Penguins, the Pirates, and the Steelers.
Oh.
It only works if they make the playoffs. And so it probably won't. So I may just get out there just for. I went to a hockey game last year, so I may get out there for a baseball and a football game. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm keeping an eye on some plane tickets. That's what it'll really come down to, more than anything. But yeah, so baseball. We had what happened in baseball yesterday? I got an alert. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah. Where are we at here?
Let's see, because
Who
I got
injured. It was a big deal.
Let's see, pulling it up here.
Maybe I'm confused.
No. Bieber, former Cy Young winner, walked 6 in the first inning.
Oh. Okay.
Giants batter furthers injures foot in scooter crash. Harper says the Phillies need some help at the deadline to be able to make the playoffs.
Here we go. I found what I was looking for here. The ace of the Tigers, Terry Skubal. He is the pitching staff as far as the manager is concerned. But Hinch confirmed Tuesday that Skubal is scheduled to start on Wednesday. However, with the Tigers 51-57 and the August 3rd trade deadline quickly approaching, it seemed possible the Tigers would rest Skubal to avoid a possible injury heading into the trade deadline. That's what I saw about trying to avoid an injury before the deadline here. Yeah, Tigers gonna have to do something to mix it up, aren't they?
They are.
I don't know if that's what you want to do, but got to do something, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you're at this point on the cusp of it, which let me rephrase what I said about the Pirates. Y'all are one game back from the wild card.
Okay.
So
we're creeping
Yeah,
toward it.
you're
We're
creeping. You're
toward it.
creeping.
We'll see.
There is hope for the Pirates.
There is hope. Oh man, if they pull it off and I can go see all three, I'll buy my plane tickets that day. But that's like a thing where with them, we may not know till the last week.
Right.
So who's to say? We'll keep an eye on it. Or at least I will. I don't think anybody else around here cares about the Pirates. We also have no NASCAR this weekend. Patrick's out.
Yeah, no NASCAR this week.
Yeah, the next one will be the following weekend, and
It's in Iowa, I think. Good old short track. That
Iowa
was
Speedway, the NASCAR O'Reilly. Wait, no. Yeah, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series race at Iowa.
Yeah, that track was actually built and owned by a former NASCAR driver and Hall of Famer Rusty Wallace.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, interesting. So we'll.
It's like a paperclip track. I mean, it's literally like you could go out to like Sonny's Fast Track. It's about that same length. So I mean, it's constant. It's like bumper cars. It's a lot of fun.
Cool. That's cool. We should get out. We should do a live show at Sonny's.
Oh, we should, man. We should.
We have to record on the go-karts.
Yeah, record it on the go-karts, and we could have the WJLX crew out there racing. We can call it the WJLX 500.
That'd be great.
It would.
I used to work at Sonny's when I was in high school, and at the time they told me I was the best employee they ever had, and I was like, "Wow, thank you. Why do you say that?" And they're like, "Oh, you never tried to steal our gas."
Wow.
I set the bar just a little bit higher.
Didn't take the gas. Wow.
That's all it took to be the best employee they ever had.
That is, and on top of that, and shout out to them, that is just a wonderful family that owns that place.
Oh man,
they are
awesome.
top notch.
I worked there over 10 years ago at this point, and every time I see them in public or I go over there, they're all, so happy to see you and just awesome. I love going back there and supporting that business. And I don't know. I don't know how much they're wanting to announce, but I know that they have a buyer. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be changing ownership here. I don't know what the timetable on that is, but
yeah, I knew the last time before I transitioned over to Ezra as pastor, when I was a youth pastor at Cordova, we would always have our back to school rallies there and took the youth group and the kids, and we did go-karts, arcade, the inflatables, the miniature golf. Patrick Ryder is the youth pastor over East Side, and he took his, and it was like their version of the Masters. He actually got like a green sports coat that each person could wear if they want it.
Yeah.
And so we like combined like our groups together to go out there and do it, and they were just so nice, so cool, and just loving seeing kids out there just being kids.
Yeah, man, and it's a fun place to work.
It is.
Yeah, if you're a high school kid and you need somewhere to work, it's an awesome place to go work. A lot of times during the day, it's pretty dead, so you just hang out, and after you weed and everything, just play the arcade machines. It's hard to beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, hard to beat. So when this airs on Friday, we'll be only 29 days away from the start of the college football season. We are so close. And once the season starts, just like last year, we'll be temporarily rebranding to the WJLX Scoreboard Show presented by the Game Managers. But no need to go looking for us. Those episodes will be added to our normal feed. You'll find them right here, whatever platform you're currently watching or listening to us on. Only difference will be the time that these episodes air. It'll be later on Fridays. We can't even tell you an exact time because it's whenever the high school games wrap up. I can tell you, usually it starts somewhere between 9:30 and 10.
Right.
Sometimes a little earlier, rarely.
Very rarely.
Never later
Yeah.
than 10. But sometimes a little earlier. So just be on the lookout on our Facebook page. We'll go live on there, and you can also...
if it's later, it was a good game.
Yes. And even then, a lot of times we will start early anyway and just give live updates on it.
Yeah.
But it won't just be high school football if you're not interested in that. We'll still be talking college football, NFL, and any sports news just like we have been. So definitely keep an eye on that. Nothing like that will be changing. But because of that, Patrick, I think we discussed taking next week off.
Yes.
To better prepare for that. So next week there will not be a new episode. Don't go looking for us on Fridays. We're going to have a 1 week break. We will come back, and that will be under the new temporary scoreboard banner. So next week, no episode. Next episode will be the following Friday, which is August 7th.
August 7th, because that Jamboree.
Yes. Yes. So
and I think we're going. I think everybody was going out somewhere to practice on setups and feeds, and I think everything. So you'll see us. But we got a lot of exciting things as a station as a whole that we're doing for the upcoming season. So we're very excited about it.
Definitely, yeah. We're going to be doing some preseason stuff, some pregame stuff. So before some Jasper home games, Patrick and I are going to hop out there on a table and sort of preview the games, talk to coaches or players or cheerleaders or band members, faculty. People that make game day what it is. We're going to highlight some of those people. We really enjoyed it the few times we did it last year. We're going to try to make it more of a regular thing this year. Can't promise just because of our schedules it'll be every single home game, but we're definitely going to try to do multiple this year. And I think we're comfortable enough that even if one of us can't do it, the other one can hold it down. And maybe Tyler Sims or any of our many friends at Jasper or at the station to hop on with us. So I really enjoyed that, especially the homecoming one. I'd like to do that one big again like we did.
Oh yeah, most definitely. And just the feedback that we got from the live feeds and just from people there, just being able to recognize all the people that it takes to make a Friday Night Lights so special. They were just encouraged. Kids were excited about getting on the air and just having fun with it, and every coach, every administrator, even the visiting teams are like, man, that's cool that you're recognizing everybody.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing that I think that's going to really not just help us at the station, but just to be able to show people what all goes into it.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed hearing those people talk. 'Cause a lot of times there's so much that goes into that you don't realize.
Right.
Behind the scenes, so many people are involved, and then selfishly for us, our listeners go up like 3 times during the football season.
Yeah, most definitely.
So it'll be good for us too. So, but thank you for everybody who has stuck along through this off season. We know we are primarily a football show, and a lot of our listeners kind of, as football goes away, maybe they take a break from us too. But thank you to those who have stuck around, and we hope everybody else comes back too here this in the football season, which is how it always goes. Football is king here in the South, Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, though, we got a couple of topics we want to talk about. ESPN has released their college football playoff predictions way too early, right?
Way too early.
Before the season starts, we're going to look through those, and that'll be fun to come back to at the end of the year and see how that is.
How accurate it was.
And then we got a big movie this week.
That's
Spider-Man:
right.
Brand New Day. We could give our final predictions on it. If we're going to think it's going to be good, maybe anything that we think might or might not happen. So we'll talk about all that, and then we'll get back into our weird news of the week after the break as well. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment right here on the WJLX Game Managers Podcast.
Bevel State does more than award certificates and diplomas. At Bevel State, we build futures. We prepare students for high-demand careers, transfer success, and a life of opportunity. This is where potential becomes purpose, where the future isn't just imagined, it's made visible. Start your story at bscc.edu. Bevel State, building futures.
If you're in the market for a new home, now is the time to buy at Timberline Homes of Jasper. The deals are huge. The down payments are low. A national lender is working with Timberline Homes of Jasper, and down payments on all single-wide homes are as low as $1,500. That's right, down payments as low as $1,500 on single-wides from Southern Homes, True Homes, Epic Homes, and more. See dealer for complete details. Now's the time to buy at Timberline Homes, Highway 78 in Jasper. Telephone 387-1002.
You're listening to The Game Managers on WJLX 101.5.
And welcome back to The Game Managers. And Patrick, we have some a post by ESPN. It was actually posted on the 27th, which in our time currently was yesterday or 2 days ago. And it says college football is a month away, and according to ESPN Analytics Football Power Index, these teams have the best chance to reach the college football playoff. So I thought we would go through here. They don't just have that. They also have the chance at a first-round bye, the chance to win it all. So I thought we could go through this order in reverse. see what we say. So they've listed 20 teams here that have what they think are the best chances according to their algorithm. And at number 20, there's SMU with an 18%. I would love to see SMU back to their heights.
I would too, because Brett Lashley is a fantastic coach. I'm surprised that nobody went to try to make a play for him, especially Auburn, because he has come out and said that the only way that he would leave SMU would be to go to Auburn, because Auburn is considered home to him.
Yeah.
But I really do hope. To me, if I had to pick a Cinderella to be able to make the playoff, that would be my Cinderella.
That's such a. I mean, it's a team with history and some infamy. You
Yeah.
know, a program that kind of got the punishment that Alabama was threatened with in the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. Of course, their program was completely killed. From memory, they're the only one to get the death sentence. The only program ever. Was able to come back and, I mean, has just slowly, piece by piece, rebuilt that program from literally nothing. And to now see that they are a preseason contender is so much fun. I'd love to see them back to the heights of the 80s. And yeah, hopefully they are able to have a very successful year. At 19, this one was a little low, but when you factor in how difficult their schedule is, it makes sense. Tennessee, 20% chance. They're right above SMU, 2% more. Do you think the Vols are likely to make the playoffs?
I don't think they will. And I really do feel that there's not going to be many SEC teams that make it, because I think the NCAA and the committee is going to want to make a statement, because, you know, there's talks about SEC trying to break away and things of that nature. And they already feel that they play favoritism to the SEC. So I think they'll come out and they may be the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. That is something that ESPN has been like, I mean, not ESPN, sorry, the SEC has been like quietly threatening for like at least 6 years now.
Yes.
Of just floating out the idea, and they won't ever officially say it, but people within the SEC are always kind of floating out the idea of maybe we could make our own league, and then the official SEC is like, oh, we have no interest in that, we're focused on this season. But of course there's conversations about it. And those conversations, at least in the public view, have been louder this past year. So that could be a case. You could also argue the flip side is that they are so terrified of the SEC leaving that they just try to make them happy.
Yeah, because that's a lot of money that you're letting walk.
Yes. Number 18, 2% higher than Tennessee. We have Penn State at 22%. And also at 22%, we have Clemson. Clemson has been struggling to get back to their heights since 2019, I guess. I don't see it. Let's pull up Clemson's schedule. Penn State. I mean, that's a team that I'd like to see do well. I don't have any love for Penn State, but college football is better when Penn State is better.
See, I would love to see Penn State do it, just because I'm a huge fan of Matt Campbell.
Yeah.
Matt Campbell has earned this opportunity at a big program, a big school. You can basically say he rebuilt Iowa State from the ground up to where it is. And it shows how much Iowa State players think of him, because they pretty much every starter left and went. I didn't say Siri. Siri came on my phone. But they all followed him to Penn State. Most of the staff followed him as well. And I would love to be able to see if he's able to duplicate what he did at Iowa State at Penn State, because he wasn't Penn State's first choice.
Yeah.
During that whole process. And that would be motivation to me to prove that, hey, I should have been your number one choice, not your number 7.
Penn State is they're like Notre Dame, they're like USC. They are one of these teams that college football benefits when they are good.
Yes.
You know, so for that reason alone, I do hope that they have a very successful year. And of course, like you said, Matt Campbell. Looking at Clemson's schedule, though, they start out with that LSU game like they did last year. That was all anybody was talking about last year, was Dabo's response to that game and how he his presser, and how that didn't really reflect very positively, I guess, on him and the program. They open with LSU. It's going to be a hard game. And then they have Georgia Southern. That should be a win. UNC should be a win. But Clemson lately, the last few years, have just been dropping random games.
Yeah.
There's no gimmies anymore with Clemson. They play Cal. They play Miami, Charleston Southern, Virginia Tech, Florida State, Syracuse, Georgia Tech, Duke, South Carolina. If you're just looking at this, I mean, this is a relatively easy schedule. There are two very clearly
your LSU and
games.
Miami game is going to be your tough ones.
Yeah, those are the two very clearly difficult. And then there's some that could be difficult depending on what we see out of some of these teams, Florida State, South Carolina. We don't expect either one of those to be necessarily great.
But there's guaranteed 7 to 8 wins on the table, but you got a chance to maybe get 10.
Yeah. But I mean, maybe. I mean, if you have a great year and you're able to win all these games that you should win, if you're Clemson, and then you're able to split LSU or Miami, I mean, that would be that'd be a huge. That'd be 11. I don't foresee that. I think it's hard for anybody to do that nowadays, and I don't think Clemson's in a spot where they're
Virginia Tech is my question mark game for them because James Franklin's going to have Virginia Tech better, but are they going to be better enough to be? Because that right there, you're going to have a winner of that one's going to be more than likely playing, in my opinion, maybe Georgia Tech for the conference title.
The good news for Clemson is the week before that they got Charleston Southern, so you know, they could probably rest up a little bit. You know,
and by the time they play Florida State, Mike Norvell possibly could be gone.
Yeah. That could be the game that decides his fate. Even.
Yeah.
So they got Clemson there at 22%. Title Penn State at 23%. Just a percentage above. We've got Ole Miss and we got Michigan. Both in very interesting positions due to their to some changes in the past few years for both of the teams. Ole Miss, of course, this will be the first full year with
Pete Golding.
Pete Golding, thank you. But we saw a lot of greatness out of him in the stretch that he had the team last year. And then Michigan, they've been in a weird spot the last few years. They've faced a lot of public backlash to getting caught on some different
nasty
cheating
stuff.
scandals and whatnot. And also, there's just been a lack of excitement around that program to have very recently won a national championship. After losing Harbaugh, of course, you're going to expect some of that, but it's been the public has viewed them very differently.
Yeah, and I think Kyle Winningham, he wants to make it a long-term stay there, but I really think that he's somebody that's coming in to try to clean all the negativity.
Yeah.
He's a very likable guy. He's a man of character. It's a good hire to make that transition, but I feel that he's probably just got 2 or 3 years left because he was originally going to retire from Utah.
Yeah.
When they were kind of telling him, hey, we need a new voice, he was going to retire. And then this opportunity came along. Ole Miss, Pete Golding, what he did was very impressive. I mean, keeping that team together through the playoffs and close to making another Cinderella run past that round where they got beat. But my thing is, has the clock struck on him?
Yeah.
Because you got a full season now. You got some players back. You got your quarterback that's going to be playing now. So it's going to be a big shoes to fill because we can't say that, oh, well, some of these players left, we're going to leave to go with Lane, but they were going to stick it out. You don't have that excuse anymore. This is your team. You got to be able to step up to that spotlight.
Did you see this week, and it's no surprise to anybody, but Nick Saban accidentally spoiled that College Game Day will be at the Ole Miss LSU game on the Pat McAfee show, which everybody knew they would be.
Oh, that was a given. If they weren't, it was going to be so much negativity.
But it was really funny for him to say that, and then Pat be like, "Oh, I don't think we're supposed to say that yet," and then for him to be like,
Yeah.
realize oh yeah, I wasn't supposed to say that. He can say whatever he wants.
Yeah, I was about to say both of them can say whatever because they're being paid more than what ESPN's worth.
Yeah, oh yeah. Let's knock out a few of these back to back. At 26%, we got BYU. At 28%, we got USC. Also, 28%, we got Oklahoma. And at 39%, the first significant jump on this list is Texas A&M. Quickly, BYU, USC. I have no idea. You don't know what to expect of those teams.
I think Lincoln Riley's on the hot seat. If he doesn't make the playoff, then I think he's gone. BYU, gosh, I really wish they would because Kalani, I can't say his last name, but that dude just looks like a hard-nosed, get in it, get at it type of guy that you want to play for.
Yeah.
I just would love to see it for him. Oklahoma, they're in the same boat, in my opinion, as Tennessee, being that sacrificial lamb. A&M, I feel, has a good shot.
I do too. A&M, I think, has a really good shot. 39%. They're also tied with LSU, who is in the 10th spot there. So Texas A&M, LSU, that's two SEC teams that have a really significant chance of making it. I'm going to pull up Texas A&M's schedule really quickly. I don't like Texas A&M. I don't ever want them to succeed. But it's not because of any other reason other than I think they're weird. Just in general.
Well, there's too many teams out in Texas, too.
There are. Yeah. And I like TCU just because.
Oh, I do too. The Horned Frogs.
Yeah.
Horned Frogs, man.
They open up against, I guess that's Montana State, MO State.
Yes, Montana.
Arizona State they play Kentucky. They're traveling to LSU. That'll be tough. They host Arkansas. They travel to Missouri. They host the Citadel. They travel to Alabama. They travel to South Carolina. They host Tennessee. They travel to Oklahoma. They host Texas. They got a tough schedule.
That's brutal.
Yeah, their odds would be better. I mean, this is for anybody, but their odds would be much better if they had any other schedule.
If their SEC road schedule would have been flipped to where they were home and the homes were away, I would feel a lot more better about their chances to make it. But they're going to some hostile environments.
Yeah, they're on the road to some difficult places. Now let's talk about LSU. Obviously, Lane Kiffin, this is going to be his first year coach. He is voted the most hated coach on several polls that we have seen over the past few weeks.
He just leaves places in like
disarray.
Yes.
And then he does too. Like, why are you doing a Vanity Fair article? What other coaches? That's not a place for college coaches.
But he gave up his social media.
Did he?
He did. His son convinced him to give it up.
He's probably getting tired of being ratioed on every single post.
Probably.
Let's look at LSU's schedule, though. Under first year at Lane Kiffin, they're going to open up. That Clemson game, is that a neutral site?
Yes.
Okay, so they'll a neutral site game against Clemson. They'll host La Tech. They'll travel to Ole Miss week 3. What a brutal way for both of those programs to start the year.
They're going to have the National Guard at that game.
Somebody's going to bust a whiskey bottle over his head.
Oh, yeah. Most definitely.
No doubt. Then they are going to, well, however that goes, the next week they've got to host Texas A&M, so it doesn't get any easier from there. Then they're going to host McNeese State. They're going to travel to Kentucky. They're going to host Mississippi State. They're going to travel to Auburn and then host to Alabama, host Texas, travel to Tennessee, travel to Arkansas. They also have a brutal schedule. My goodness. Not as hard as Texas A&M's. But
yeah, not as hard as
far. It's like one game difference.
But if I had to pick, because I feel Texas is going to make the playoff unless they just really just collapse.
Yeah.
My number 2 team to be able to make it, I would probably say would be either LSU or Georgia.
Yeah. Yeah.
A&M is the long shot to get in. Everybody else doesn't stand a chance, in my opinion.
I agree with that. Now, right above LSU at 41%, we've got Alabama. They're at the 9th spot there. Alabama's in such a weird spot. Kalen DeBoer does not have the public on his side at all. He does seem to have the University of Alabama on his side for now. Mm-hmm. When you're constantly getting that pressure, the outside noise, colleges sometimes will just cave.
Yeah.
Now, it's harder to cave when you got to pay up like $60 million or whatever they would owe him.
Yeah.
I don't consider him on the hot seat, especially with them just giving him an extension. That being said, at a place like Alabama where the expectations are so clear and loud, one bad season, and I don't think he's had a bad season.
No.
But one bad season can just, all that can go in the wind.
We're basically reliving what people saw that happened when Bear Bryant.
Yes.
You know, Bill Curry didn't have a bad season at all.
Yeah.
But he was always compared to the Bear.
Right.
And I feel that's what Kalen DeBoer's doing. I don't think Kalen DeBoer's a bad coach. I just don't think he's a fit for the SEC.
I could agree with that. I agree with that. I'll say one thing I think he is doing correctly that a lot of those coaches between Bear and Stallings didn't do, or they did, is that those coaches in between Bear and Stallings, they were all trying to replicate Bear. A lot of them, there's a lot of documentation showing that they were actively going through logs, trying to figure out how exactly he did it. I do respect that Kellen DeBoer, instead of trying to replicate Saban, has come in. He's doing his own thing. The issue is, I don't think it's a good fit for the SEC.
Yeah.
I think it was a great fit for Washington, and I think he's a good coach. I think he's a winner. I think he will always be successful at Alabama. There's just levels to this, and I don't think he's going to be able to reach those levels consistently, even if he does once.
And Saban's been trying to stay out of the spotlight, especially when they talk about Alabama. He tries not to comment because he doesn't want people to try to stir the pot and try to turn his words around. And I respect him for that.
And he's also still paid by the university.
Yeah, he is.
He has some sort of obligation financially to also try not to down him too much. We have our next big jump. From 41% up to 57% is Indiana, the defending national champions. Of course, they're losing their star quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. He is at the Raiders alongside Kirk Cousins. So they'll be a different team, but I'm not putting anything past Indiana. If Cincinnati, they may just run it back, man.
Yeah, well, that's really the only thing they lost was their quarterback.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of surprised that they're that low.
I will say at this point, you do have better odds. It's better than a coin flip. And everybody stays pretty close in percentage up until the top three.
Yeah.
So we'll run through a few of these really quickly. Number 7, Texas Tech is at 58%. They're a percentage above Indiana. Miami is 63%, 4 percentage above Texas Tech. And then we've got Georgia and Oregon sitting at 64% for Georgia, 65% for Oregon. That's going to round up all the way through 4. So the top 10, as we see it so far, LSU, Alabama, Indiana, Texas Tech, Miami at 6, and then 5 Georgia, 4 Oregon. So we have a few things we'll want to point out. Texas Tech, I want them to do well. I really would love for a non-Texas or Texas A&M team to make the playoffs, just because they're so often little brothers.
Well, that and all the drama that's been around them, if they're able to make it, kudos to Coach McGuire and everybody to be able to keep that noise tuned out.
Yes.
Miami, they went and reload, even though they went and pooched the 2 skill players from Duke, the quarterback, and I think it was the one of the receivers to come there. Georgia is Georgia,
right.
This is crazy. Can you believe that Kirby Smart is the senior head coach of the SEC? He's been in the SEC the longest. That is nuts.
How long has he been there now? 10 years?
10.
Wow. A decade.
And Oregon's Oregon, man.
Oh, yeah.
They got the money.
They have the money, and that's always going to keep them in contention.
Yeah.
And they have that in relation to these top 3 teams. So at number 3 at 70%, we have Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Texas has so much pressure on them this year. Arch Manning, it's now or never.
Yeah.
Right? Will he go to the draft after this? Almost certainly, I'd assume, unless he just has a bad year. Not that he needs the money. It's just you got to get while the getting's good. You
right.
don't want to risk coming back and getting hurt. But Texas, man, if it's not this year, I don't know. And we've said that in years before, and we've been right. Like a lot of times when it was now or never, and it was never, they went 5 to 10 years of mediocrity following.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Texas is in a state where they can ever go back to just true mediocrity because of the financial element of NIL and their money they are willing to fork out. But it needs to happen. This needs to be the year.
Right.
There needs to be a deep run this year. I'm not saying that the pressure's on them to go win it all, but there needs to be a deep run. They need to be a serious contender for this season to be anything but a failure.
Yeah, I think if they don't make a deep run, I think Sark's and Arch could both be in trouble.
Yeah, especially Sark, which as an Alabama fan, I would love to have Sark as the head coach. I think he's a great coach, and I loved what he did at Alabama, and I think he is in a pressure cooker at Texas the same way he would have been at Alabama if he would have stuck around.
Yeah, because if you go back, when people were talking about people to be able to follow Saban, DeBoer was not on anybody's radar. It was either Lane, Sarks, or Dabo. And my opinion, and I might have been in the minority, but I was going to choose Sark.
I wanted Sark. Saban, from all accounts we've heard, wanted Sark, had explicitly told him I am retiring soon. I want you to be the next guy up. I want you to stay with me. But as soon as Texas called, Saban told him, like, oh, man, you can't pass that up.
Yeah, you can't pass it up.
You got to go do that. Yeah. So if Texas got rid of him, that's about the only hire that I would be like, yeah, obviously it's not my money, so I can say this very easily. But that's the only team, the coach that I'd be like, oh yeah, if you wanna fire DeBoer.
Yeah, if you saw that Sark's became available, if I'm DeBoer, I'm watching my 6.
Yeah. Number 2, we got a jump from 70 to 74% is Notre Dame. Another sort of now or never team. Obviously, as the last 10 years have been very transformative for them, going from Brian Kelly to a series of coaches, and now Marcus Freeman they were able to hold on to for another year. The Steelers allegedly wanted him, met with him, I believe, in person, and I think he turned them down.
And Giants too.
And the Giants too. So this is a guy that obviously wants to be there. He is how long he wants to be there is up in the air because other teams, the big leagues are calling. And it would probably just be an easier job nowadays in the NFL than college, to be honest. So if you're not winning it now, he could be going at any point.
Yeah, I think it's now or never because he's getting more and more interviews, not for coordinator positions, for the head jobs of NFL teams.
Yes.
And so if he doesn't win it, I say he's at Notre Dame maybe 2 more years if he doesn't win it. If he wins it, I think he'll stay longer.
Yeah.
But I feel at Notre Dame, he can stay as long as he wants. I don't think they'll try to force him out or anything, even if they don't. Yeah, even if he doesn't win a national championship, he is just a good face for the program, and he runs a clean program. You don't see any type of drama or anything in there. He's a zero-tolerance guy. He's got a good balance of being a player's coach and a disciplinarian, and they know where the line is with him.
Yeah, he's a great fit for Notre Dame. And I think he recognizes that. I think that's why.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you want to go to even if it is maybe a more prestigious job, why would you want to go somewhere that's not as good a fit? But eventually there is going to be an NFL team
that's going to pooch him up.
Yeah. And number 1, the most likely team to make the playoffs, at least according to ESPN's algorithm, is Ohio State at 76%. They have over a 3/4 chance to make the playoffs according to ESPN. Now let's look at their schedule and see how that factors into it. Because to be that high, I imagine they have a soft schedule.
Oh, they always got a cupcake schedule. So they only got 1 game a year, and that's Michigan.
So they start the year against Ball State. They do play Texas week 2, but as long as that's close, neither team is going to be faulted for that.
Yeah.
As long as it's close. Then Kent State, Illinois, Iowa, Maryland, Indiana. That's a big one. That'd be tough. USC, Oregon, Northwestern, Nebraska, Michigan. Their schedule's tougher than I thought it was going to be, mainly because of the addition of that Texas game. And then, of course, Indiana could go either way. USC will be interesting. Oregon could go either way. They have a tougher schedule than usual. It's still not nearly the schedule of someone like Tennessee, obviously. I can see why. Because even if they split those games, those tough games are probably in.
Yeah. They would, because they would still have that conference title game to kind of boost their chances up a little bit more.
Yeah, because they got 4 hard games. If they split it, they only got 2 losses. They're getting in with 2 losses. So, yeah, that makes sense then as to why they have such ridiculous odds to make it in. So that is your top 20. Once again, from the bottom up: SMU, Tennessee, Penn State, Clemson, Ole Miss, Michigan, BYU, USC, Oklahoma, Texas A&M. And then from 10 to 1, we have LSU, Alabama, Indiana, Texas Tech, Miami, Georgia, Oregon, Texas, Notre Dame, and Ohio State. I know the difference between these numbers are 2% insignificant, but Alabama being above LSU, I don't know that I agree with.
Well, I don't agree with Indiana being as low as they are. I think they should at least, and being the defending champs, I thought they would at least be in the top 5.
Yeah, you'd think so. There's a comment here of an AI post that says War Eagle, but it's a picture of a rocket ship. I don't know what Mike Yeomans is trying to get at there.
Nah, we ain't nowhere near that. we're trying to get 6 wins, brother.
Yeah, they're not even on this list.
Yeah.
So we got War Eagle in the comments. Chance at a first round bye. The list is identical.
Yeah, that's literally just
the
the
top
same
10
thing.
at least is, and then BYU is down to 20%. Oh, they're down to 40%
Florida?
at 20. Florida is not even on the top 20, but they got a chance at a first-round bye, apparently, at 5%. Everybody else is on that list besides Florida. I don't know how the algorithm factored that in. So that's interesting. Ohio State has a 49% chance of getting a first-round bye. Alabama has an 18%. And then chance to win the CFP, they have 12 teams. At 2% is Oklahoma. This is to win it all. 3% Texas A&M, 3% LSU, 4% Texas Tech, 4% Alabama, 5% Miami, 6% Indiana, 9% Oregon, 10% Georgia, 11% Notre Dame, 13% Texas, 17% Ohio State. That list is mostly in the same order. Obviously, everybody's odds are just different there, minus a few teams. Texas Tech jumping LSU, and Indiana.
And
dropping.
then Texas jumped Notre Dame.
Yes, and Texas jumped Notre Dame. But Ohio State's still firmly at the top there, 17%.
Well, Indiana's where I thought they should be.
Six
Yeah.
up there. Yeah, that looks better. Well, all right. So, college football right around the corner, man. I can't wait to see it. It will be fun to come back to that and see how well.
Oh yeah,
Orly
see how close it was.
There's going to be somebody that every year somebody's projected to do great and then just completely bombs. So it'll be interesting to see which one of those teams it is and which team comes out of nowhere to defy the odds and make the playoffs. So we got a few more minutes. Patrick, let's talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day coming up this week very quickly. I'm pumped. I've been watching The Odyssey. I've went a few times now, and it's been an awesome movie. That was my most anticipated movie of the year, and right behind it has been Brand New Day. I can't wait to watch it. All the reviews so far from the early screenings have been incredibly positive. Some saying it's the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie, or at least in contention for it. I've heard a lot of great things about the action scenes in particular. They are very Spider-Man, apparently, and there's a lot of emotional beats. Seeing a downtrodden sort of college-age Peter Parker. What is your excitement level for it? And then if you had to guess going in blindly on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you think you'll rate the movie coming out?
I've been very excited for this movie when I heard that we're getting another trilogy of Tom Holland and Zendaya coming back and Ned coming back. I really do feel I would going into it, I'm giving it like a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Going into it. My expectations are very high on it. I do feel that there's going to be a gut puncher during the movie that's going to surprise. I don't know what it's going to be. I have a couple of ideas.
Yeah.
I'm hoping some of them are not true. But I do expect eventually through the trilogy that one of them will actually happen.
Okay.
That I did see that there's only one post-credit scene, and it's the lead-in to Doomsday.
So it's a direct tie-in.
Yeah, it's a direct tie-in to it. So
Interesting.
I figure it's probably going to be setting up for Secret Wars, but kind of having that Doomsday, connection.
Yeah.
But one of the things I think, if I had to predict, I have a feeling something will either happen to MJ or Ned.
I was going to ask, you think they're going to Gwen Stacy MJ? If they do, she won't stay dead.
Yeah. To me, I feel that it takes away with what we talked about before. It takes away from Andrew Garfield's moment in the previous one.
That's true.
I feel it takes it away.
Yeah.
I do feel that Gwen Stacy coming in there, if they don't get the memory and stuff back, I feel that Gwen Stacy becomes that new love interest, and MJ turns more into a side character. But in some of the comics, MJ turns into a superhero as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering, because they said that Zendaya's in the MCU for the long haul too. So I'm wondering if they may venture out with her popularity to try to have her own version of it, and then they kind of meet back up. But I will be so excited. I will probably jump over seats if we see a live action Miles come in there.
Oh, yeah. That's going to happen this trilogy. I don't know if it's going to happen this movie. Maybe we see a kid that's name is Miles or whatever. But I think next movie, he will play a non-significant role.
Because I will be honest, at the last Spider-Man movie, my theater went nuts when they brought back the Green Goblin.
Yeah.
They brought back all the villains. And then when you saw Andrew Garfield come in and they opened up another portal, and when everybody saw Toby, I mean, you thought we were at a college football game. Everybody stood up screaming and stuff, all excited. My wife is looking like,
Where am I?
what? It's Tobey Maguire. What's everybody so excited? I'm like, that's the OG Spider-Man, baby.
It's like, what do I care if this 50-year-old man?
Yeah, yeah. Or like that he's dressed like a youth pastor. You know, that was like my favorite line in the whole movie.
Yeah, there's been some revisionist hate on that movie. I still think it's great.
Oh, I do too.
And I know a lot of people are like, well, the special effects isn't great. Yeah, but like the fact they were able to put that together during COVID, I think speaks to itself.
Yes.
And like if COVID wasn't going around, I'm sure it would have been an even better movie. But the fact that it was as good as it was with the restrictions they had, I give them props for that.
Well, that's why I tell people all about when they had the miniseries on the Disney Plus. You could tell that they had to branch people off to do COVID to piece it together. And for them to be able, just think, if they didn't do that, we would all have been going nuts because we wouldn't have had nothing to watch.
People forget how much we were all begging these studios to keep making stuff.
Yes.
You know, people forget that. And then, so I know I was so bored.
Oh, I was too.
Yeah. So.
I can't tell you how many times I watched that Black Widow movie over and over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think my prediction is there will be a death. I think it's going to be Ned. I don't think they're going to kill off MJ. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they don't get back together in this one, and then Sydney Sweeney or somebody shows up as Gwen Stacy. You know, she's been a rumored casting for that for some time now. In a very quick sort of cameo. I don't think we're going to get like new girlfriend for Peter Parker in this one. But I could see him being forced to take the Star-Lord route where he's like forced to accept like, okay, well, this isn't happening, at least not for now.
Right.
Know? And then they bring him back together in the last of this trilogy.
Yeah, because she's come out and said that she's signed on for three movies just like he is.
Yeah.
And you know, she's going to do whatever her husband does in this movie. You know, that's probably a package deal.
Yeah. I think there's a good chance that she gets the symbiote at some point.
That's what I'm saying. I hope they adventure off in that, and then that's how they get back is because he sees another Spidey person out there, and he finds out it's her.
Yeah,
that's what I'm kind of hoping.
Yeah, I think I don't know that they're going to give her the Spider-Man powers, but there's been so many versions in the last 10 years of her getting the symbiote that's been very popular. I think that's the most likely version, and then you keep sort of not that she's Spider-Woman, but you keep sort of the Spider-Woman role to Gwen. Whenever you bring her in, you know, have Spider-Gwen come in. I think that's probably where it goes. But maybe not. I don't know. I didn't foresee them making Ned magical in the last one. So.
No, I didn't either.
And I like surprises, so I'd love to be wrong on everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm still blown away with how he lost all that weight.
Yeah, I mean, so impressive. Yeah.
Very, very impressive.
Yeah. I am too. And I think that even if they do kill him off, he'll also be back in a villainous role.
Hobgoblin.
I think if they kill him off, the odds of him coming back as Hobgoblin increase significantly.
Oh, I think so too.
Because that's how it kind of goes in the comics. Mm-hmm. You think he's dead. Some weird news really quickly, and we'll review Spider-Man when we come back after our little hiatus too. I mean, it'll be old news by then, but we'll give our thoughts on it.
That's right.
In some parts of Russia, men are running personal ads not to look for love, but offer themselves for a different kind of connection as a barbecue companion. Oddity Central reported on July 13th that the service is exactly what it sounds like, someone to come over and enjoy some barbecue, beer, and conversation. The cost ranges from $13 to $65 and can include services such as preparing the grill, cooking the meat, setting up a tent, and acting as a friendly companion. This is how we should have been making money this whole time, man. We could have saved a lot of student debt if we would have just been charging people to be our friend.
I mean... Hey, if you want to come on the show, bring your grill and stuff. We'll cook some barbecue. You can be on the show.
That's right. We'll charge it. We'll just do $20.
$20, yeah.
Come on. How about this one, Patrick? Poison-resistant mice are spreading in the Northeast, according to a new study. The usual defenses of them just won't cut it. The Rutgers University study found that 84% of the mice collected in New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania between 2021 and 2025 carried at least one mutation in its genes associated with anticoagulant resistance, while 20% carried two mutations. And mice have evolutionary advantages such as short life cycles that allow them to mutate more easily. Basically, the ones that are poisoned die off, and the ones that survive, and their offspring get stronger. So now there's these mice going around that you just can't kill with poison anymore.
Wow.
I saw the biggest rat of my life in Chicago last time I went. It was terrifying.
Really?
I don't like mice anyway, and this was not a mouse. This was a rat, and it was like a golfer just running down the alley.
It wasn't Splinter and have like 4 turtles running behind it, did it?
It looked like it ate 4 turtles. It looked like. And last story of the week, a 19-year-old Portland thrift reseller just paid $3.07 for an old Lakers warm-up jersey tossed in a Goodwill bin in January. Did you see this?
No, I did not.
Yeah, so the research revealed that the short-sleeve jacket belonged to Wilt Chamberlain.
Wow.
It gets crazier. It was worn during the Lakers' 1972 title run against the Knicks. And a photo match by an auction house, they confirmed it. This is it. He had a good feeling. I watched an interview with him when he picked it up. It was like a size 7X or whatever. So he's like, oh, this is rare. And he looked at it, Chamberlain. He started researching. He's like, I think this is it. And then he called some professionals. It's like, hey, how do we confirm this? They confirmed it. He ended up selling for $90,000. He paid $3 for it.
That's a good return investment.
Pretty good return. This dude, he sells a lot of stuff. He's always thrifting and reselling stuff. He said like 98% of what he sells is just like $20, and he says every once in a while I get something worth a couple $100, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing ever like this. So I thought that was really cool. Who knows how it ended up in the thrift store? But it kind of joins that coveted that sort of coveted league of important thrift finds. You know, a few years ago, somebody found an original copy of the Declaration of Independence in a thrift store, and that sold for millions. And now this for $90,000. Why can't we get that lucky?
I know. I was about to say, you know, you see all these people that get famous off of playing with toys on YouTube and all this other stuff, and why can we never get lucky like
we
that?
Are slaving away.
Yeah, we're slaving away, working multiple jobs and stuff.
Well, thank you all for listening. Like we said, it's going to be a little different. Next week, no episode, but still going to be talking all kinds of ball, college, NFL, well, any sort of basketball, baseball, anything that's going on. We're still going to touch on it. Don't you worry. And excited to talk some high school football as well as it's coming up. In the meantime, if you miss Patrick a whole lot, don't worry. You can go see him at Ezra Baptist Church. What are we doing this weekend?
This weekend, we've got 2 baptisms.
That's
one,
right.
One of them is going to be Maddie and all. I'll see if Randy can get a clip of it, and we'll post it so everybody can see it. And then I was going to be going to visit somebody that one of my church members was able to share the gospel with, and so we may have a 3rd baptism on Sunday. Who knows? Right. So we've got a lot of things going on there. We're going to be talking about how we can be ready to be able to serve this upcoming year with school starting back, and just being in the community, getting people back. You know, they always talk about back to school, and the churches like to call it back to church because people are back from summer vacations and getting back into the routine. So got a lot of stuff going on there and a lot of things in the work. And so it's going to be some exciting times. You can catch us on our YouTube page and on our church websites up and going as well. So tune in if you can't see us in person, and we'll be glad to see that you're watching and hope that you can enjoy us one day in person.
Absolutely. Definitely check that out, Ezra Baptist Church. If you'd like to reach the show, just because we're rebranded, you can still do so at tgmpod@gmail.com. You can find us on all social media at tgmpod or the Game Managers Podcast. And that's going to be it for this is season 5 of the Game Managers. That means that when we come back, season 6 is starting, which is crazy. So, and the second season that me and you have got to do together, it's been such a blessing. Thank you, Patrick, for an awesome first year, and I can't wait for year 2. It's going to be awesome, man.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So thrilled to work with somebody so genuine and kind and a good friend of mine. So I appreciate you as well as everyone else that listens. Well, we are out of time. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. We'll see you in 2 weeks. And don't go anywhere. We'll be back right here on the Game Manager, soon to be WJLX Scoreboard Show.